Woman dead and 3 men injured. Why was especially tragic for the woman killed?
Plus, a Woodville pastor speaks out after his church was burglarized, where the suspect was found driving in the church's stolen van, and the extensive damage to the church.
And an Orange County business owner wants to start a weekly country music singing contest. The goal and how you can sign up. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for being here with us on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7:01 right now, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber as we take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Jeff Gerber responsible for that beautiful shot we see right there above the 12 News studio in Beaumont. Jeff, how's the weather looking out there today?
I'm not responsible for that camera shot, but
You are
responsible for turning the camera in that direction.
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful sky out there this morning. Temperatures are cold. We're in the 30s this morning, all the way down to 32 in Jasper and 33 in Kirbyville. Then we shoot up to 36 in Woodville and Silsbee, 37 in Beaumont, 38 in Orange, and showing 41 right now in Port Arthur. Outside, we're seeing the skies starting to light up thanks to the sun making its way up over the horizon. A beautiful orange and purple and pink skies out there this morning with some of those high clouds and that sun reflecting off of them. Here's the view in Jasper, brought to you by Provalis, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Temperatures today will warm up into the upper 50s. Won't be as warm as yesterday. Yesterday we actually reached 64 out of the Jack Brooks Regional Airport. Today, maybe 59 or 60. So a little bit cooler with partly cloudy skies, and we'll see northeasterly winds between about 3 and 8 miles per hour. Looking for a fairly dry week, kind of a cool week as well. We'll have your 7-day in just a little bit.
Sad news out of Newton this morning after a 22-year-old woman was killed in a weekend shooting at a party. Police Chief Will Jackson says it happened in a Newton neighborhood known as The Hill. He says it happened early Sunday morning around 12:30 in the 500 block of Kerr Street. After an argument in the street escalated. We're told the woman was from DeRuyter and was taken to Jasper Memorial Hospital where she died. She had just turned 22 years old. 3 men were also taken to the hospital. One was airlifted to Beaumont for further care. Chief Jackson says police are still looking for the suspects.
A woman's behind bars in Angelina County this morning after police say she was caught in a stolen church van Saturday morning. It had been taken from a church in Woodville. Now, we spoke to the pastor there, August Francis. The church name is Victory in Jesus. And he says Amber Mock broke in through the fellowship hall Tuesday night and stole 2 projectors, a laptop, and some other tools. Francis says she then pried open a lockbox containing keys to the church van. He says they are working to recover that van, which he hopes is going to have all those stolen items inside. The pastor says while he doesn't know Mock, he does forgive her for what she's done.
We understand that they're going to have to go through whatever situations the legal system brings them through. But when they are free to move around, they're very welcome to come and sit on the front row at Victory in Jesus.
Pastor Francis says Mock even took the sanctuary door off the hinges after she couldn't get it open. It's one of several doors that are going to have to be repaired. And he says, unfortunately, their insurance doesn't cover theft.
Now to an update on Friday night's train derailment in West Orange. Less than 24 hours after a Union Pacific train left the tracks, all of the rail cars were removed from the site. Union Pacific says the train derailed a little after 11 Friday night.
Yeah, the West Orange Volunteer Fire Department, they told 12 News that 17 of 39 cars left the tracks either completely or some of them flipping over. Western Avenue was blocked for hours after the accident, and we are told about 5 cars were full of materials, 2 containing sulfuric acid, and another had some kind of flammable material in it. Now, luckily, none of them leaked and no one was hurt.
In the next half hour, we'll hear from a woman who lives near the crash site on how she wasn't notified immediately, but says she found out about the derailment on Facebook. The trial for a former Uvalde CISC police officer will resume once again this morning for its second week of testimony.
Yeah, Adrian Gonzalez is on trial at the Nueces County Courthouse in Corpus Christi, and Gonzalez is facing 29 counts of child endangerment. So far, there's already been a mistrial hearing, which happened earlier last week, and emotional testimony from those who were there that day. Now, a mother of one of the victims took to the stand at one point asking to keep her identity private. She spoke about the heartbreak and guilt that she still carries, sharing personal details about her daughter.
She wanted to come home. She asked if she could come home, but I told her no, to stay in school.
More parents of the victims and other witnesses are expected to testify this week as the courtroom continues to examine the events from that tragic day back in May of 2022. And we have gavel-to-gavel coverage of this trial on 12 News Plus. You can watch the trial at any time. Just download that streaming app on your TV and watch it for free. Well, walk into any drugstore in Texas and you are likely to find many items under lock and key, a theft prevention measure that can be frustrating for shoppers.
And one crime victims advocate says it shouldn't have to be this way. Jeremy Rogowski with our sister station in Houston has details on a push for harsher punishment for repeat retail thieves.
It's a multi-billion-dollar-a-year problem that drives up prices for all of us.
For us, it's insane. It never stops.
Ernest Stewart has 23 years experience in loss prevention and asset protection. When it comes to retail theft, he's quite candid about the fight.
Who's winning that?
The thief.
The thief's winning.
The thief's winning that.
Part of the reason, Stewart says, increased violence and fear of liability has shifted more retailers towards a hands-off approach.
If someone does make a physical threat or they actually brandish a weapon, you automatically disengage. It's not worth it.
So all they have to do is make a verbal threat?
That product's going to walk.
The other problem is what often happens when thieves do get caught. Take this woman who walked into a Houston store and walked out with an armload of clothes. She pleaded guilty, but got just 8 days in the county jail, and then went on to get charged with theft 6 other times.
You want to talk about a revolving door, Jeremy? This is a revolving door on steroids.
Andy Kahn is a victim's advocate with Crime Stopper.
You wonder why prices are higher? This is one of the main reasons, because of the amount of stealing.
But here's the thing. Retail theft becomes a felony once you've had 2 prior theft convictions. If you get more, no matter how many more, there's no escalating punishment under Texas law.
We keep spitting these people out.
And Kahn says that lack of hard time,
and you're right back at it,
keeps that revolving door going round.
Do you think the thieves know the system?
Oh God, yeah. They know there's very little risks and many rewards.
He plans to meet with state lawmakers to push for harsher penalties for repeat retail thieves.
You shouldn't be able to commit 5 felony thefts in 1 year and not have some sort of enhancement on the punishment. That has to stop.
That was Jeremy Rogowski reporting. Kahn says at least 2 states, California and Florida, have already passed laws beefing up retail theft penalties. He hopes Texas will follow.
All right, now to another step in the years-long discussion about building a bullet in Dallas and Fort Worth. According to the Dallas Business Journal, the Dallas City Council's Transportation and Infrastructure Committee wants to move forward to the next phase of planning. The city could get $500,000 from the feds to conduct a study. The train has been in the planning stages for decades and still needs several layers of approval before it could happen. Well, tens of thousands of people are celebrating and resting their legs this morning after running the Chevron Houston Marathon and Half Marathon. And one of those runners reportedly set a world record in the Half Marathon for his age group, 11-year-old Leo Mendoza. Now, he's a 5th grader from Maryland, and he ran, or Meyerland, I should say, and he ran 13 miles in a blazing 1 hour and 23.23 seconds. Wow. And remember, he's 11. Our sister station spoke with Leo and his mother. He told them it wasn't easy.
From mile 8, how are you feeling?
By mile 8 is when it starts to hurt, but near mile 11, I could really feel it, and I almost wanted to quit, but I didn't quit because I just knew I could get through and get to the end.
Wow.
And I would regret it if I stopped.
What do you say to your friends at school tomorrow?
That I got a world record and I was on the news.
Leo says he likes running because it calms him, especially when he's in a bad mood. His time still has to be certified. And we want to congratulate our very own producer, Karis Phelps. She also ran in the Houston this weekend, and we're certainly proud of everyone who made the effort. Still ahead here on 12 News Daybreak, an Orange County business owner wants to start a weekly singing contest. Now, you can sign up. But first, with just 25 days until the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics, we are focusing on the beautiful sights of Venice, see through the lens of a photographer who grew up in the floating city.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us. To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Well, a dream come true for a young U.S. figure skater whose parents were killed in a plane crash last year. 24-year-old Max Naumov was one of 16 skaters selected for the 2026 U.S. Olympic team. His parents, who were also his skating coaches, were two of the 67 people killed when a military helicopter collided with an American Airlines flight near Reagan National Airport last year. Olympians themselves, his parents represented Russia in Paris figure skating before going on to coach in the U.S. Naumov says that he knows that they would have been proud. And you can watch the Milan Cortina Olympics right here on NBC 12 starting February 6th. And with just 25 days out, Scott Swan and photojournalist Steve Rhodes explore the sights of Venice through the lens of a photographer who grew up there.
Wandering around to try to get lost. That's probably the best way to discover Venice. I go walking, just walking, and when I see the light, that's the right moment. My name is Andrea Perotta. Photography is my big passion. pictures, I try to see again my old Venice. That is very rare now. I like particularly this area because it's the place where I grew up.
You grew up here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This reminds
It's,
you of your
remind me,
childhood?
exactly.
Yeah.
From gondoliers
The gondolier represent the love of the city.
to carnival,
The relationship that there is with the photographer and the physical people has changed completely.
Andrea's photography is a celebration of the sights that make this floating city famous.
This is perfect.
But it's the quiet spaces, far away from the tourists, where his camera captures moments others miss.
We love a tourist. We don't have any problem about that. But sometimes we need to find also some real Venetian life area.
A life that we can all still see.
One of my favorite spots.
Thanks to the work of this Venetian, who still knows where to look.
Some beautiful pictures there. We also have some beautiful skies out there this morning with the high clouds and the sun coming up. A nice blue and orange sky across the area like we're seeing right here from Packard La Prairie. Looking at downtown Beaumont, or actually looking at the Port of Beaumont this morning. Sun getting ready to come up. It's cold out there this morning. Temperatures in the 30s and right at around 40 in some spots. Here's our Roofing 911 live Skycam network from Packard La Prairie. Humidity at 67%. And we're seeing a little bit of an northeasterly wind between about 5 to 15 miles per hour downtown. So bundle up a little bit. You'll need a little coat or a jacket out there. Temperatures right now into the 30s, from 32 in Jasper to 33 in Kirbyville, 37 in Beaumont, 38 in Orange. We're looking at 36 right now in Woodville and 36 in Silsbee, 41 in Port Arthur. As we look satellite and radar, high pressure building back across the area. So these few showers we see out towards the hill country and down in towards the lower Rio Grande Valley are not going to make it up towards us, but we will continue to see some of these clouds kind of skirt across the area throughout the day. Temperature wise, we're looking at temperatures climbing up through the 40s for this morning, and then we'll get to around 50 at lunchtime. Up from there, we go close to 60 today. We'll go upper 50s for most of the area with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures back down into the 40s for this evening, and then overnight we're expecting lows to drop off into the 30s. It's going to be a cold start again tomorrow morning. Most of the area should be in the upper 30s to start off on your Tuesday. Today's forecast, partly cloudy, northeasterly winds around 3 to 8 miles per hour in general. We could see some about 5 to 10, and temperatures upper 50s. For tonight, we're looking at a lot of lower 40s around the beach and down towards Port Arthur, Finette, Villabelle, and then north of I-10, everybody's going to be looking at some middle to upper 30s. It's going to be kind of cold start as we head towards, looks like Tuesday morning as well. 7-day forecast shows temperatures kind of bouncing around between the 50s and 60s this week. We have a front coming through on Wednesday. That should cool us back down into the 50s. Another one coming through into Saturday, and that also should cool us back down into the 50s. Otherwise, we're looking at some temperatures in the lower to middle 60s. And then morning lows go from some 30s for a few days to some lower 40s for other days. So we're looking at, like I said, temperatures kind of jumping around from one to the other. But for the most part, the week should be just cool to mild. No rain in the forecast throughout the week. There is maybe a slight chance of some rain over the weekend with that front, but right now we won't include it because the rain chance is so small.
It's going to be a dry week, it looks like.
Looks like it, yeah.
And no worrying about waking up to that fog. That's, icing on the cake.
Yeah, no fog out there for this week, it looks like. It's just going to be a bit chilly in the mornings, and the afternoons nice and cool.
All right, thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. Well, mark your calendars. There's a weekly country music singing contest coming to Orange County later this month.
And 12 News reporter Derek Jones is in studio with details on the competition and how you can enter. Derek, you planned on entering?
Tia, I don't know if I plan on entering. I don't know a lot of country music myself, but the stage is set at the Ochoa skating rink where local singers will compete week after week for bragging rights. The weekly contest starts Thursday, January 29th at 7 p.m. Song selections must be family friendly, with each contestant allowed up to 3 songs. This is a singing-only competition, no instruments are allowed, and contest organizer Leonard Trahan says the goal is to give people in Orange something fun to do while showcasing local country music talent.
We're given the opportunity to have something to do here in Orange. You know, they closed down the cinema, they closed down the bowling alley. I've always loved to give people opportunities to do something and to see how far they could go. And in this talent contest, that's what I want to see.
The competition is free to enter, and winners will be decided by audience members and a panel of judges. Again, the Orange County Country Music Contest will begin on January 29th and every Thursday following. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, time for trending news. A woman and her best friend are seeing the country, a decision that made her think, why didn't I do this years ago?
Yeah, for Jackie in Ohio, it was finally applying for a guide dog. Here's ABC's Danny New.
Two best pals going on adventures that may have felt dangerous not too long ago.
We'll be 5 on July 7th.
Oh, look at that paw. Ohio's Jackie Sheeman and her guide dog Tyrus have been on a mission these past 2 years to see America's greatest natural beauties together.
I want to go to as many national parks as I can with him because I probably wouldn't do it on my own with a cane.
Jackie has a genetic disorder called achromatopsia, which causes her eyes to be extremely sensitive to light.
In bright sunlight, all I see are shadows. I wouldn't recognize my own mom.
After eventually needing 3 surgeries on her right foot, largely due to tripping so much, Jackie finally applied for her first guide dog with a nonprofit called Dogs Inc. Look at this. Here they are, their first time ever meeting on their match day in 2023. It went okay.
It was literally love at first sight, I think, between the two of us.
Since then, Tyrus and Jackie have been traveling across the country together.
What'd you find, bud? So Tyrus stopped.
As Jackie can finally walk without looking down constantly to find a bump in the sidewalk or a root on a trail.
I know he's going to stop, and I can look up and I can see the world. Just bobbing along.
Here they are rafting on Snake River in Grand Teton National Park, enjoying a beach sunset in Florida, and taking in the Rocky Mountains in Estes Park.
Find Grandma.
Also, if she does indeed need to find a family member outside.
Tyrus, find Grandma. Yes, good boy.
Tyrus can help with that too.
He's just, I don't know. I call him the best dog in the world, my soul dog.
And we'll be right back with more news and weather here on 12 News Plus.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Breaking right now, according to Sheriff Chuck Haver, Jasper County Sheriff's deputies are assisting a fatal crash on Highway 62 at County Road 784. That's about 2 miles south of Buna. Sheriff Havard says one man is dead.
Highway 62, it's open right now, but County Road 784 is not passable as first responders work the scene. Drivers, they are urged to use caution in the area, and the Texas Department of Public Safety, they're going to be handling this investigation. Now, we do have a news crew headed to the scene right now, and we'll keep you updated.
At the bus stop this morning, you'll need a jacket or a coat. It is cold out there. Temperatures generally in the lower 40s or upper 30s, so you need to bundle up a little bit, especially those little bitty ones. Very cool out there at recess, still in the lower 50s, and then dry and cool with temperatures in the upper 50s as you make your way home later on this afternoon with partly cloudy skies. As we check our coastal marine forecast for today, looking at a northeasterly wind at 10 to 15 knots, seas about 2 feet. Only one high tide, that's at 2:05 for later on this afternoon. Look for a light chop on the inland lakes and bays with generally some partly cloudy skies. Our sunrise, we just passed it at 7:13 this morning. Our sunset tonight is going to be right around 5:36.
Coming up on Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, the latest update on this weekend's train derailment in West Orange and why one neighbor says she's concerned about how she found out.
Plus, the Uvalde trial continues in Corpus Christi. What's happened up to this point and what's expected this week.
And we are following up on last week's deadly shooting involving an ICE officer in Minneapolis as protests spring up across the country. More officers are being sent in to quell the chaos.
And time now 7:27, taking a live look at Beaumont. We'll be right back with more news and weather in a bit.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson, 7:30 right now. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. Cherlyn Angel is still in the Jefferson County Jail after a shooting in Port Arthur Friday night at the Brittany Place townhomes. According to court records, she shot Dwayne Tyler in the neck. She first told police she was unloading her gun when it accidentally went off. She later changed the story to say it went off while she was moving it. She's charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and her bond is set at $100,000.
Also in Port Arthur, another man was found shot Saturday morning. Police tell us officers were called to the 2800 block of Evergreen Drive, where they found the man shot in the street. Now, he was taken to St. Elizabeth with unknown injuries. At last update, police said that they were questioning a person of interest who was also at the scene.
26-year-old Bradley Hudson was arraigned Saturday morning after police say he shot his ex-girlfriend, kidnapped her, and was in hours-long standoff with Beaumont police. He's still in the Jefferson County Jail on kidnapping and aggravated assault charges and is being held on a $1.3 million bond. Police say the two were found in a car on Old Sour Lake Road where Hudson eventually got out. The victim is expected to be okay.
All right, let's go ahead and take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 live sky cam network here above Jasper. That's a pretty sunrise there on the horizon. Jeff Gerber standing by with today's forecast.
And you want to bundle up a little bit. It's cold out there this morning. Temperatures falling back into the 30s with the exception of Port Arthur, which has been around about 40, 41 this morning. Then we drop back to 37 in Beaumont, 38 in Orange. Right now we're even colder in Silsbee and Woodville at 35, 33 in Kirbyville. And it's been holding right at about 32 in Jasper all morning long. So right there at the freezing mark. It is definitely a cold start. As we take a look outside, we'll go to Port Arthur. Look at our view from our camera there, brought to you by Market Basket. Some high clouds out there, but that's about it through the day. Should be a dry day. Looks like a beautiful sunrise out there for this morning. Day planner takes us from the 40s this morning to the middle 50s at noon and then upper 50s through the afternoon. Should be a really nice afternoon with temperatures pretty close to about 60 with partly cloudy skies. Maybe just a little bit cool. We'll see northeasterly winds around 3 to 8 miles per hour. Expecting to see pretty much a dry week. We'll have your 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
Breaking right now, Sheriff Chuck Havard says the Jasper County Sheriff's deputies are assisting at a fatal crash on Highway 62 at County Road 784. That's about 2 miles south of Buna. Sheriff Havard says one man is dead.
Highway 62 open right now, but County Road 784 is not passable as first responders are working that scene. Drivers urged to use caution, maybe a different route. The Texas Department of Public Safety is handling this investigation, and we have a news crew headed to the scene right now. We'll keep you updated. Well, sad news out of Newton this morning after a 22-year-old woman was killed in a weekend shooting at a party. Police Chief Will Jackson says that happened in a Newton neighborhood known as The Hill. He says it happened early Sunday morning around 12:30 in the 500 block of Kerr Street after an argument in the street escalated. He says the woman was from DeRitter and was taken to the Jasper Memorial Hospital where she died. She had just turned 22. 3 men were also taken to the hospital. One was airlifted to Beaumont for further care. Chief Jackson says police are still looking for suspects.
In Angelina County, a woman is behind bars after police say she was caught in a stolen van Saturday morning. It had been taken from a church in Woodville. We spoke to Pastor August Francis with Victory in Jesus. He says Amber Mock broke in through the fellowship hall Tuesday night, stole 2 projectors, a laptop, and some tools. Francis says she then pried open a lockbox containing keys to the church van. He says they're working to recover the van, which he hopes will have the stolen items inside. Pastor Francis says Mock even took the sanctuary door off its hinges after she couldn't get it open. It's one of several doors that will have to be repaired. He says unfortunately their insurance doesn't cover theft. Now to an update on Friday night's train derailment in West Orange. Less than 24 hours after a Union Pacific train left the tracks, all of the rail cars were removed from the site. Union Pacific says the train derailed a little after 11 Friday night.
Yeah, the West Orange Volunteer Fire Department told 12 News 17 of the 39 cars left the tracks completely, some of them turning over, and Western Avenue was blocked for hours after the accident. We're told about 5 cars were full of materials. 2 contained sulfuric acid. Another had some kind of flammable material in it. Assistant Fire Chief Simi Gibson says that with cases like this, the biggest fear is chemicals leaking. He says luckily that wasn't the case here.
You never know until you get here, but yeah, it never was the case once we done
initial assessment. To this scale, this is probably the biggest I've worked.
And Barbara Dardo, she's a retired choir teacher, and she also lives near the derailment where that happened. She says that she wishes she would have been notified sooner instead of finding out through Facebook. She says it's a big concern since some neighbors have issues navigating technology.
Keep in mind, in this particular neighborhood, most of the people are a little older and don't do Facebook or technology type things. This situation, I didn't get a stand alert, so I would have never known about it if I hadn't just randomly seen it on Facebook. And that's a concern if there's going to be dangerous material.
Thankfully, no one was hurt in this derailment.
A horrifying school massacre in Uvalde. Now a former district officer is on trial accused of failing to protect children. From his trial hearing to emotional testimony, Rania Kaur brings us a recap of what has happened so far.
It's a historic case as Adrian Gonzalez is the first officer in Texas to face such charges.
9-year-old Eliana Garcia's mom, Jennifer Garcia, took the stand as the last witness Friday.
I want to say we were the second, third to last parents. At the end of the day, about 9-10 to find out that one of our children was one of the deceased.
Her emotional recount marking the end of a tough first week. Adrian Gonzalez, a former Uvalde CISD police officer, was one of the first on scene on May 24, 2022, when a gunman shot and killed 19 students and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School. He pleaded not guilty to 29 felony counts of child abandonment or endangerment. Prosecution believes Gonzalez's actions failed the victims.
That gunman then walks down the hallway, gets to room 111 and 112, the entryway, and fires in the neighborhood of 20 shots in the hallway. And Adrian Gonzalez remains.
Defense argues Gonzalez did what he could
to get this information, understand it, communicate it, figure it out, and it's about what, and also protect himself and the teacher. I mean, he's trying to make sure that both of them are not being shot at because they don't know. That's 1 minute of time. This isn't a man waiting around. This isn't a man failing to act.
After a day of testimony, the case almost ended in a mistrial due to new claims in a teacher's statement at the stand. Judge Sid Hurl eventually ruling that teacher's testimony would be excluded. Teachers also took the stand, mapping out the shooter's movements from that day.
As he was shooting through the window, and the kids were directly across, and I thought I made the worst mistake I had ever made.
Law enforcement who processed the scene explained where the bullets came from before entering the classrooms. The defense maintains Gonzalez never saw the shooter. Prosecutors aim to convince jurors that Gonzalez's inaction that day placed children's lives in danger. Jurors will have to decide whether this alleged inaction rises to the level of a crime.
I'll be in Corpus Christi this week covering the trial. You can follow along with our coverage on air and online. Rania Kaur, KENS 5.
Now to Houston, where we're learning more about how police tracked down the suspects in Wednesday's deadly Metro bus shooting. A school district even played a role in helping identify them. 17-year-old Braden Smith is charged with murder and 18-year-old Patrick Scott charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. When bus surveillance images were shared with school resource officers, Alief ISD confirmed Smith is a current student and Scott, a former student. Investigators say the two were arguing on a bus when gunfire broke out.
Yeah, Smith is accused of firing first, killing 25-year-old Caitlin Stupp, an innocent bystander. Scott then shot back, wounding a 16-year-old boy.
I'll probably send out a mass email to different resource officers, law enforcement in the school district, and ask them if they recognize that teenager. And invariably somebody will, because people don't shoot people on Metro buses as their first offense, right? That's never your first offense.
And that's exactly what police found. According to court records, Scott was already out on bond for an unrelated aggravated robbery. Smith was also on probation for attempted aggravated robbery in a separate case. An ex-husband is facing charges in the suspected murder of an Ohio dentist and his wife. Police say that Michael McKee was arrested today in Illinois for the deadly shooting of the couple. Now, McKee has been charged with 2 counts of murder of both Spencer and Monique Tepe. McKee was an ex-husband, or the ex-husband of Monique, Investigators say that the couple was shot and killed in the early hours of December 30th in their Columbus home. They were both discovered during a welfare check. Authorities add that no weapons were found with no forced signs of entry. 2 children were inside, found unharmed.
After the deadly shooting by an immigration officer in Minnesota, anti-ICE protests are escalating in Minneapolis. The Homeland Security Secretary now saying more officers are being sent to quell the chaos. ABC's Hannah Battah has more.
Tensions running high nationwide as anti-ICE protests grow after the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Renee Good. Demonstrators from New York to Los Angeles demanding justice.
I don't care what side you're on, nobody should have to die that way.
In Minneapolis, law enforcement clashing with protesters. Agents deploying what appeared to be pepper spray before smashing through the front door of this home, leading a man out in cuffs. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says hundreds more federal agents are being sent to Minnesota to support the thousands already on the ground. The Trump administration insisting that ICE agent acted in self-defense when he shot Renee Good last week.
I truly believe this officer, in his mind, thought his life was in danger, which allows him to use lethal force.
Lawmakers in Minnesota insist Good did not commit any offense and are calling for transparency in the FBI's investigation.
How can we trust the federal government to do an objective, unbiased investigation without prejudice when at the beginning of that investigation they have already announced exactly what they saw, what they think happened?
Now, with Congress racing to pass a government funding bill before the end of the month, some Democrats are threatening to freeze funding for ICE unless reforms are made to the agency. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead on Daybreak, country music fans, get ready. A contest is hitting Orange's new skating rink, and 12 News reporter Derek Jones will tell you how to enter.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
We're back with some traffic alerts as you start your week in Orange County. The right lane of Highway 62 South will be closed from Circle C Ranch Road to Lane of the Oaks through this Friday, January 16th. Contractors will be working on a drilling project, so expect delays. In Jefferson County, there will be alternating lane closures starting today on Spur 136. TxDOT crews will be working on a widening project, which should be complete by late January, weather permitting. Drive cautiously through the work zone. Also in Jefferson County, the outside lane of I-10 east from Brush Island Road to Hampshire Road will be closed until Saturday evening. This is so construction trucks can enter the main lanes of the interstate safely. Slow down on the stretch of the highway. And finally, the left lane of 69 North in Beaumont from Gladys Avenue to Delaware Street will be closed again tonight. This is from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m.
Sun is now brightening up the sky across southeast Texas. Here's the view from Port Arthur, brought to you by Market Basket as we look down the Intercoastal Waterway. Looks like a nice morning out there. It's just going to be on the cold side. Temperatures have dipped down into the upper 30s and lower 40s. We're showing 40 right now at the Horseman's Western Store over in Orange, with a little bit of an east wind at about 5 miles an hour on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. Temperature-wise, you can see most of the areas in the 30s, from 35 in Woodville and Silsbee to 33 in Kirbyville. Jasper's at about 32 right now. 37 in Beaumont, 38 in Orange, and then showing officially 41 in Port Arthur. There are some high-level clouds coming at us. You can see those on satellite. There are maybe a few spotty showers out towards the hill country down into South Texas this morning. That's not going to reach us with high pressure overhead. That should squash any rain trying to head our direction. We'll see this upper level low kind of weaken as it moves across the state. So we'll get some clouds from it, but it looks like that's going to be about it. Temperature-wise, we'll climb up through the 40s this morning, get to about 50 at lunchtime, and then go up from there to the middle to upper 50s. So it's going to be a cool afternoon with partly cloudy skies. Yesterday we were just into the lower 60s. I don't know if we're going to get that warm today. We might be about 3 to 4 degrees cooler than yesterday. And then as we head towards this evening, look for temperatures by 7 o'clock to start to drop into the 40s. We'll stay in the 40s through the evening hours, and then overnight we're expecting 30s once again. So a lot of 30s tomorrow morning. Another cold morning. You'll need the coat once again. Our forecast for today, partly cloudy, northeasterly winds anywhere from around 3 to 8 miles an hour, and temperatures anywhere from say 57 to about 60 degrees for today. And then for tonight, back down into those upper 30s, maybe a few 40s here around the triangle. No rain expected overnight, just light and variable winds. Tomorrow, 61, then 67 on Wednesday. We have a front go through, so that should cool us back down to about 56 on Thursday, back up to 64 on Friday. And that cools us down another front, about 57 on Saturday, and then 62 on Sunday. So we're seeing rain out of the forecast, but we are seeing temperatures fluctuate from 50s to 60s and lows into the 30s and 40s through the next 7 days.
If we would have gotten that as much rain as we thought we were, would it be colder now, or did that not have much of an impact?
Well, the cold front that came through over the weekend, that was the main cold front, so that's really brought in the cooler air. And then we're seeing these secondary fronts go through, so that's going to keep us cool. So that main front that came over the weekend really knocked us down. The temperatures really got us kind of back to normal.
All right, well, thank you, Jeff.
Well, mark your calendars. A weekly country music singing contest is coming to Orange County later this month.
Yeah, 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he has all the details on the competition, how you can enter. Derek?
Mark and Tia, the stage is set at the Ochoa skating rink where local singers will compete week after week for bragging rights. The weekly contest starts Thursday, January 29th at 7 p.m. Song selections must be family friendly, with each contestant allowed up to 3 songs. This is a singing only competition, no instruments are allowed, and Ochoa skating rink owner Jonathan Ochoa says he accepted hosting the country music contest because it gives people in Orange something fun to do.
I'm looking for different activities, and so can we host a country music show? Can we have a country music show in Orange County? Can we have a skating rink back in Orange County? Can we have a bowling alley? Can we have fun stuff here in Orange County? So this is just the next step in progressing our mission.
The competition is free to enter, and winners will be decided by audience members and a panel of judges. Again, the Orange County Country Music Contest will begin on January 29th and every Thursday following. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek. Hollywood held its first major award show of the season last night in Beverly Hills, and comedian Nikki Glaser, known for her roast of Tom Brady, took the center stage as the host for the night. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
The Golden
Globes, without a doubt the most important thing that's happening in the world right now.
Return host Nikki Glazer came out swinging on a star-studded night.
Welcome to the stage, Julia Roberts.
It was a standing ovation for the reigning queen of Hollywood.
I'm going to be impossible for at least a week. I appreciate that.
As she handed one battle after another the Golden Globe for Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy.
Thank you to this cast. What an embarrassment of riches and talent.
Four-time Golden Globe winner George Clooney handed out the award for Motion Picture Drama.
And the Golden Globe goes to, you want to help me out? Yeah. Hamnet.
Hamnet's Jessie Buckley also winning. Timothée Chalamet winning for Marty Supreme, remembering to thank his girlfriend, Kylie Jenner.
For my parents, for my partner, I love you. Thank you so much.
In the TV categories, Adolescents just kept winning.
Adolescents!
And winning.
Oh, let me get myself together.
And winning.
I would just love to dedicate this to our therapists.
Scooping up 5 awards, including for 16-year-old Owen Cooper, who made history days ago at the Critics' Choice Awards.
It's mad what is going on.
The Pit won Best Drama Series.
Noah Wiley!
Its star, Noah Wiley, also winning.
Seth Rogen!
Seth Rogen won for The Studio, which also snagged Best TV Series, Musical, or Comedy. And Snoop Dogg presented the first ever award for Best Podcast to Amy Poehler for her Good Hang.
I don't know about award shows, but when they get it right, it makes sense.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
When Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush hour.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now. Weekdays, noon. Only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers, to the people working day after day keeping our Power City rolling. 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Boma.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:54 right now. It's time for your morning rush out.
It's everything you need to know as you start your day. A 22-year-old woman was killed in a shooting early Sunday morning at a party in Newton. Police Chief Will Jackson says it happened around 12:30 on Kerr Street after an argument escalated. He says the woman was from DeRuyter, and she died at a Jasper Memorial Hospital. She just turned 22. 3 men were also taken to the hospital. Police are still looking for the suspects.
Amber Mock is in the Angelina County Jail after allegedly burglarizing a Woodville church. Now, police say that she was caught in the church's stolen van Saturday morning. The pastor of the church, August Francis, the name of that church, Victory in Jesus, says that she broke in Tuesday night and stole 2 projectors, a laptop, and some tools. And that van. He also says that several doors are going to have to be repaired. Unfortunately, their insurance doesn't cover theft. Well, they say that well, no, that's not the story, actually. All the rail cars have been removed from the site of Friday night's train derailment in West Orange. Fire crews told us 17 of 39 cars either left the tracks completely or turned over, and about 5 of the Union Pacific cars were full. 2 contained cerulic acid and another had some kind of flammable material in it. Luckily, none of them linked and no one was hurt.
Have your coat this morning. Temperatures right now are dropping back down into the 30s, right around 40 degrees. As we look at our 7-day forecast, we'll see a high today around 60. Same deal for tomorrow, and then Wednesday a little warmer before we have a front come through. That means cooler weather for Thursday, warmer for Friday. Another front means cooler for Saturday, and then a little warmer for Sunday. So back and forth between the 50s and 60s this week, but it looks pretty dry all the way through Sunday.
And they say everything is bigger in Texas, and that is certainly true for one new North Texas resident. Baby Canyon arrived right around Christmas, weighing in at a whopping 13 pounds, or nearly 13 pounds. His mother, Marky Smith, says that she was expecting to have a larger baby since his siblings were both 8.5 pounds, but she never expected this. She even gave him the nickname Grand Canyon and says that he's an absolute bundle of joy. What a great nickname.
I love that nickname. It's so fitting.
Big old baby.
All right, thanks for watching us here on 12 News Plus.
See you at 11.
Have a great day.